welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's our visitors and our home team. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys winners a week ago in London, so they're right back at it this week. His counterpart on the other side, the coach of the home team. His team back after the International Series game a week ago, so we'll see how fresh their legs really are. With my partner, Greg Olson, I'm Mike Tirico. We are just about set to kick it off. Off we go from South America. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself. Their rookie quarterback.
Nothing real fancy when you look back on last week's game, Mike. I mean, he had the 2 touchdown passes, of course, the 1 interception he'd love to have back. But for the most part, I thought he was really efficient. I thought he did a nice job operating the system. And there's actually some more plays that he left out there. So I think he can build off a lot of that, try to improve in this one today.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They're going to put a man in motion to the right. He'll drop to throw. This is incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down. Let's see what this call is.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Ready?
A run with Carter. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 13. That's enough for a first down.
At the 38-yard line.
Hawk 70.
Now, faking the give. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. Oh, yeah. He's still on his feet. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Antlers. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly, right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive.
Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. This one taken at the 7. Now an opening past the 30. And they will finally track him down, but not before he takes this to the other side of midfield.
All right, Mike, so the NFL is all about answering. So you give up an opening drive touchdown, you fall behind late to start the game, and then your special teams becomes the spark. And this is going to set your offense up with excellent field position to get back and tie this game.
The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led out by their rookie quarterback, a day 3 pick in the draft this past April.
It's not so much that he was able to throw for over 400 yards in last week's game, Mike, but it's the fact that he made it look so easy. Every time he touched the ball, it seemed like they were just up and down the field with very little resistance. And he doesn't necessarily have to repeat that type of production this week, but it certainly wouldn't hurt their chances of winning if he's somehow able to do so. Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet in bounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
So these are always the most disappointing drives, right? So you get the ball, you're on your opponent's side of the field, and then you go 3 and out. So you take the field, you say, this is a prime opportunity. Come away at least with points, and now they find themselves in a tricky, delicate situation. I'm curious to see what they do here on 4th down.
They'll try and play with some pace early on.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Oilers.
Touchdown, Houston.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Point after, coming up here. He knocks it through. And the Oilers come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Now return coming from the 7. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Antlers offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down.
Ready.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And they're going to mark them down up past the 35.
That's good.
A gain of 11 on that one. And that will be a 1st down.
At the 36-yard line.
On the run, here's Carter. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another 1st down.
At the 49-yard line.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
At their 49-yard line.
They'll run here. It's Carter. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That is caught. He finds Walker. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10.
Let's go. Go.
A carry. This is Carter. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. About 19 yards on that one. And they're in business. It's 1st and goal. Receiver in motion. Going right. Here's a run. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 14-yard line.
He'll look to throw. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down. Back to throw. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
That's a throw that's going to make them cringe on Monday, Mike, in the film room. At this level, quick hitters, those quick, easy passes, those should be borderline automatic. It was anything but this time around. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think, obviously, you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
The Oilers offense and their big play wide out getting set for their next possession. He's caught a touchdown pass already in this game. As you get a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown receptions to this point in the season. Drive will start on the ground, and he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago.
52 blaster. Drill green.
From the shotgun, Wilson. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
First down, Oilers.
Up the middle they go. He'll get this across midfield to about the 49. Brandon Dorless there on the tackle. From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down. They'll look to set up the screen here. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
And a first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. 10-7 is the score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Here we go.
Wilson. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
That's another.
A gain there of 16 yards. First down for Houston.
First down, Houston.
Out of the gun, it's Wilson. First down throw there is incomplete.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up third down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Blue. Here we go. Ready?
From the gun, it's Wilson. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot, and now it is 4th down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10.
That's good.
13 yards and a big exhale as they convert on 4th down. A run on 1st and goal. He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. Rolling right. That'll be incomplete with a penalty flag down. It looked like someone was across early. Penalty yards marched off, and they'll try it again on 2nd and goal.
Ready. 60 red. Green jack.
Wilson to throw. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Houston. 2 touchdowns for him in the game, and 16 on the year. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Now, the extra point. The kick is good. And the Oilers are on top. It's 14-10.
14. Antlers 10.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Antlers offense and their running back set to go once more. With a solid start so far. Touchdown and a field goal on their first 2 possessions. Here's Carter. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 2.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
Let's go now.
They'll stick with him again. Has an opening past the 40. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down. 1st and 10.
At the 32-yard line.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. A pass complete to Paris Campbell. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. They'll give on the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that. They'll try again, and it's 2nd and 10.
At the 20-yard line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. That one is caught by Campbell. And it's going to be 1st and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
First down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Handoff here, up the middle, and he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play.
Hey!
Carter trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short.
I give that defense all the credit in the world there, Mike. And offensively, you find yourself 1st and goal from the 1. You have to find a way to get that last yard.
That one taken in. Touchdown, Rhea. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
So when you find yourself this tight to the goal line, Mike, the offense becomes a lot more restricted in as far as how deep you can throw the ball. The field is wider than it is long, and I think the idea here is let's spread them out. Let's put all of our eligibles out there and let the quarterback get a really good picture. Where are the holes in the coverage? Where are the one-on-one matchups that I like? And let's put this ball in the quarterback's hand. In this case, a results in a touchdown.
The Oilers offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. And he's been as involved as anyone in the league in the middle part of the season, the NFL leader in receiving yards to this point.
Ready.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 39-yard line.
A gain of 13 yards.
Now Wilson on first down. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Oh, he's going backfield.
Here we go. Ready.
Third and long. It's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
That has to be a disappointing end to this drive. Just think, when they took the field on this possession, Mike, they're thinking they got a shot to go down there and take the lead, but they couldn't even get to midfield, let alone the end zone. If they end up getting another shot before halftime, they've got to find a way to have better execution than they did right here.
The Antlers offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10.
Bronco switch. Bronco switch. Ready? Slash.
They'll begin here on the ground. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one.
It's a gain of 8.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
This one complete to Campbell. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. Greg and I continue in just a moment. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard.
Ready?
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. They'll swing this one out wide to Carter. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stomped him in his tracks. But he does have enough to pick up the first down.
40-yard line.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Going down the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
First down.
Back to the air one more time. That's to the middle of the field and caught by Walker. And he takes a big lick at the end of that one, but he hangs on to the football. That's what counts, as he has him set up 1st and goal at the 2.
At the 2-yard line.
One taken in, middle of the end zone. Harris, Campbell, touchdown, Antlers. Ryland's kick here is good, and the Antlers go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half, and the kickoff's coming their way. Here comes a return from the 5. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Oilers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense will need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Watch it. 6, 50, green. Ready.
Now it's Wilson. They'll take this one up close to the first down marker. You spot it where the slide begins. It's a pickup of about 9.
Second and 1.
Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Second and a yard.
Here we go. Green Jack. Ready?
Here's Wilson. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. Here's third and 7.
Wilson 6 yards.
Now it's Wilson. Going up top. Oh, the defender able to get his head around and intercepted. Picked off by Billy Bowman. So, halftime straight ahead. And we'll send it to Scott Hansen, who has the EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over.
Okay.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Throwing is Wilson. This one complete to Washington. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a first down.
A gain of 15.
Ready.
Houston.
Ready.
Now a give up the middle. They will not get back to the line of scrimmage. They pick him up and throw him down for a loss. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
Come on, set.
Now Wilson. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A gain of 6.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
Third and 7.
Set, cut.
Here's Wilson to throw. And that is incomplete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
Ready. Look, ready.
Here we go on 4th down with Wilson. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. Going to give the ball over on down.
Go! Cut it! Drop ball 80!
Now, faking the give. Catch made there, left side by Walker. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
That's good.
A gain there of 15. That's enough for a first down.
At the 26-yard line.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That's caught by Walker. And that'll be good for a gain of about 4 as he is forced out of bounds.
At the 22-yard line.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
And he's going to pick up the first down. He'll get down to the 15-yard line.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. He steers clear of the first tackler, working his way forward for a gain of about 4. Now a timeout for injury. Here's a 2nd and 6.
Here we go, set. 60 Bison.
They'll look to throw. That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, Rio. That his second TD catch of the season. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. First and 10.
Here we go. Green jack. 60 red.
Out of the gun, it's Wilson. Flush to his right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they'll be set up now. Past the 40 with that one. Trying to work quickly here and put the pressure on the defense.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Yellow. Ready.
On first down, Wilson. Now he'll air one out. That is caught. What a connection. He's down inside the 5-yard line.
On the ball.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's first and goal. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
Here we go. Set. Cut.
A handoff as they try to run it here. Powering forward. He's in. Touchdown, Oilers.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in, and now a hit, and he lost the football. Special Teams has come up with the recovery. Special Teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves back out there on defense.
They'll try again here. Second and 10.
Come on. Set.
Wilson lines up in the pistol. They'll try to set up the screen here. This one going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
Ready?
From the shotgun, Wilson. That is caught by Washington. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work first and 10.
Complete to
throw again is Wilson. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
The 6-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he'll take this down to the 2-yard line, but they are in business. First and goal coming up.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Black Ultra. Go red. Set.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he will score again. Touchdown. Touchdown, Houston. Touchdown number 17 for him on the year. And his third of this game. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His third touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man, they're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. The Antlers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. Turn and hand this one off. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
That's good for a real 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
A run with Carter. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
He'll get this inside the 20, a nice run. They're in the red zone. It's 1st down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the 1st down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Antlers. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. Ryland's kick here is good. And the Antlers will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Oilers offense and their big play wide out getting set for their next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him.
It's 2nd down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
He'll go left side here and complete this one. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Wilson to throw. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
2nd and 10.
3-3. Here we go. Ready?
They're going to run, and that's the man from OK State, Ollie Gordon. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's
a gain of 16 yards. 1st down for Houston.
1st and 10.
So back and forth they go as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10.
Set hut. Black 40. Set hut.
Wilson. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. He'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete, but a flag down in the backfield. That's the area we usually see holding.
Let's go now. Smash. Red 52 Bulls.
Now it's Wilson. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
It's just a matter of time. I don't care how good you are or how good a hand you have. You are going to drop passes. It is inevitable in the NFL. But it's the guys that don't let one drop pass lead to 2. They have the ability to put it behind them, move forward, and now you can't wait for that next ball to be thrown their way.
It's 4th down.
On the double.
Trailing late. They've got to go here. It's 4th down.
He's ready. Slide through. Red 38. Set.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. That's taken in, and that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a 4th down, 4th quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs. They'll run here. It's Carter, and not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll put a receiver in motion right. A carry. This is Carter, and he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 13.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll get this out wide. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. That's fielded at about the 18. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Oilers offense back onto the field. For their next possession, they'll begin with 1st and 10.
Red, touchdown. Ready.
Now it's Wilson. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside.
Let's go now.
On 2nd down, Wilson. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. That is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
This one complete to Washington. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And a 1st down.
Throwing again. Wilson. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Wilson will throw again. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
3rd and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come 3rd down.
And he's out of bounds, down inside the 35. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Again, Wilson. This one not quite on target. Got him too much, and that one falls incomplete.
It leads to second and 10.
Ready.
Now Wilson on second down. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. So after 2 straight incompletions, here's third and 10. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. Trying to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. And a solid return as he gets it up past the 45-yard line.
I think he chalked this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is, how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again?
At the 44-yard line.
They put Campbell in motion. Throwing now from the gun. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
Dante Trader on the coverage.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. The throw here is complete. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down.
For Rio, first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On the give, it's Johnson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Second and 11.
Brings up second and 11.
Another run here with Johnson. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Third down and 9.
A gain of 2. Brings up third and 9.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's got another one. Touchdown, Rio. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Ryland's kick here is good. And the Antlers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Chad Ryland.
Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. Very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Oilers offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40.
Ready.
Now Wilson on first down. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
We'll try to go up tempo here as they hustle to the line.
Right.
A gain of 30. First down, Houston.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot to get hands on the ball and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back in the field.
They'll start this on the ground with Johnson. He'll gain 3 out of this, up to the 23. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Second and 7. They'll go again with Johnson. Still keeping the legs moving, somehow managing to turn that into a gain.
A 1-yard gain brings up third and 6.
On third down, here's Johnson. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's fourth down.
In punt formation.
He's got the first down past the 35, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return, and that's where the offense will take over. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Toss left side, caught by his running back. The offense in hurry-up mode, pushing the pace.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Play action. Now Wilson, nowhere to go. He is taken down.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation, makes them very one-dimensional.
That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play. The Oilers now set to kick this one away. The punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for